Looper is an original sci-fi action film which presents a multitude of unique technologies, ideas, and questions. It features strong performances from its entire cast, revolves around Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who's part of an illegal larger organization, and from that vague description you could easily believe that I was describing Inception. Looper is the third film from writer-director Rian Johnson, whose previous works include Brick and The Brothers Bloom. He's a director with a good sense of style about him, always pushing genre and getting strong performances from all of his actors. You know, being a good director. Now I will say this film was advertised very heavily as a time travel film, but the main thrust is not on the time travel mechanic, but in fact on the question of what makes a person who they are. Do you know what makes you, you? Well son, you see, on a purely scientific level, when a man loves a woman very much, and she him, their nethers become a twitter. The man's penis becomes erect, and when inserted into the woman's vagina— yeah, I'm gonna stop myself right there. Me giving all of you the talk is making me awkward. I can only imagine how weird it must have been for my mom. But now I know next time I go the route of when a man loves a woman, I'll go Percy Sledge. There's just no escape. Now the story of Looper revolves around Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character, Joe, who is a looper. Folks in the future are sending people to the past where he exists, he kills them, and he gets paid. But since time travel is made illegal in the future, they need to make sure that all the loose ends are tied up, so all the loopers 30 years down the line are sent back to the past and killed by their past selves. Now I know that one could view that as a pretty lame way to go, but you have to see the silver lining there. You're basically looking in the witch's eye. You know that you're your own undoing, so rock and roll, dude, and live it up. You've got 30 years where you're basically invincible. Now, of course, conflict comes in the form of Bruce Willis, the future version of Joe, being sent back for Joseph Gordon-Levitt to kill. However, Bruce Willis, being Bruce Willis, manages to get away. Now Joe Gordon-Levitt has to hunt himself down and prevent Bruce Willis from— don't worry, I'm not dealing with any of the second half of the movie. Sadly, the past and future Joe don't really interact that much. They really just have one scene together and then their paths diverge. I guess Bruce Willis got enough one-on-one time with himself and the kid, because this time around he's like, yeah, screw my younger self, I'm gonna go Die Hard. Everybody likes that. And we're like, yeah, we do like that. We also have The Expendables. That franchise makes a lot of money. So Bruce Willis's sections are more run and gun, but not much fun because there's some moral issues, while Joe Gordon-Levitt is dealing with Emily Blunt and her young child in a more family drama sort of setting. These two very different stories are unified by Looper's consistency in its world. You simply get to experience the world rather than having your hand held the entire time. There's a specificity to everything, and yet there's also a vagueness. In rare instances is something pointed out and you're told, oh, you should check this out. As an audience, we don't need everything explained to us. But in terms of things you should explain, now maybe it's just me, but when I see a time travel movie, I want the time travel logic to check out. But instead of it ever being explained, characters are swatting the question of time travel away, saying that they don't want to talk about it. Well, you should talk about it because that's the very mechanic that makes your plot possible. In saying it doesn't matter, it strikes me as sloppy and lazy. I mean, this is sci-fi. Science is in there. Logic should check out. So when you're saying that the logic behind time travel doesn't matter, you're saying that the entire plot really doesn't matter. So then I just have to ask the question, what do you— Of course, to fault Looper on its time travel isn't necessarily fair. Back to the Future is a time travel favorite, and that time travel doesn't necessarily check out. The moment that Marty runs into his parents, he should immediately be obliterated from the timeline. But there's no butterfly effect or anything like that. Looper kind of paints itself into a corner by being such a hardcore sci-fi drama, where Back to the Future and Bill and Ted are more family comedies. But it just goes to show what a subgenre can— oh, god damn it. Yeah, sorry about that. I had a few extra thoughts on Looper later on down the line, and I thought, well, you know, it'd be fitting to time travel and all that. How did I not see me with a gun? Well, you can't always see what the future holds. No need to be a smartass. Sorry, you set me up really well, and now that I'm on this end, it really is too tempting. So, should I know what you said? Nah, you'll get it after I upload it. But just humor me. Outside of the time travel mechanic, did you like Looper? Yeah, I liked Looper. I was just hoping for a little more interplay between young and old Joe because we haven't seen anything like that before. That said, Joseph Gordon-Levitt does a really good job capturing the nuanced tics of Bruce Willis, and the prosthetics make it just phenomenal. Also, really great, Paul Dano is wonderful whenever he has the shit kicked out of him. It happens in this, There Will Be Blood, Cowboys and Aliens. By the way, is it Dano or Dano? I'm never sure. Even in the future, you don't know. Oh. Well, I said everything that I needed to say, so I guess I should be going. Oh, and Michael? Yeah? Don't forget to wind your watch. Really? Sorry, again, on this end, it feels really cool to say. So those are my thoughts on Looper. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And of course, if you want, you can check out previous reviews or follow me on any of those social networking sites. So comment, click, and keep loving movies, guys. As for me, well, I need to figure out this timeline. Okay, so to make sure that the timeline is intact, before my arm heals, I need to realize something new about Looper, go back in time with a gun, shoot myself in the left shoulder, then record that bit, have a conversation with myself, and oh, this is so much fun. I should get some yarn to map it all out. Ow, my arm.